Are people really that dumb? That's what I tend to think about when I watch some of those man on the street interviews that you'll see from time to time. You know, those segments that they'll often do where they pull somebody aside and they'll ask them a historical question or a pop culture question, and usually people just reveal their ignorance. Here's a few examples. For example, someone was asked once, "What language do they speak in Britain?" To which the person replied, "British." One person was asked, "Who was the first man on the moon?" To which the person on the street said, "Louis Armstrong," who also happens to be really good at music too. Another person was asked, "What's the opening line of the Bible?" And someone replied, "A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away." You can't make this stuff up. Another person was asked, "Name one member of the Supreme Court," to which someone said, "Judge Judy." So when I watch these kind of man on the street interviews, I'm always like, I can't believe these people have driver's license and are out there roaming the streets. But my favorite one of all happened on a Jay Leno episode many, many years ago called Jaywalking, where he would do this kind of thing. And he pulled a lady off the street and he asked her this question. He said, "How did Mount Rushmore come into existence?" The lady thought for a moment or two, and then she said, "Erosion." Jay was kind of taken back by this response, and he said, "Wait a minute, you mean to tell me that you believe that wind and water over time formed in the side of a mountain four faces, and not just four faces, but four recognizable faces? And not just four recognizable faces, but four faces of U.S. presidents? And not just four U.S. presidents, but four of the most popular presidents in history? How do you account for that?" And the lady replied, "I don't know. Luck, I guess." You know, when you and I look at Mount Rushmore, it is very obvious for us to see there's a designer. There is someone behind that. All of us know there's no way erosion is the reason why Mount Rushmore exists. All of us see the glory of a creator behind that design. I would encourage you today to read Psalm 8. In Psalm 8, David, as a shepherd, he's staring up at the sky. He's beholding the glory of God in the heavens, and he considers God's handiwork. And he recognizes all of God's design, and he begins to praise and glorify his creator. In fact, David says, "Consider the work of your hands. Consider the heavens." Have you ever stopped to just stand in awe of the creation of God that is around you each and every day? Not only does David kind of stand in awe of the created design, he moves on to consider humanity. Who are we that God would create us? Have you stopped to think about how beautiful people are, created as image bearers of God? You see, my dear friend, those of you watching this video, you are surrounded by beautiful design all the time that ought to call you to worship the Creator who is behind it. And so I would invite you to be a person that pursues awe, that pursues those moments, whether it's by creation or whether it's by humanity, that just stands amazed at the handiwork of God. And then finally in Psalm 8, David is amazed that God would become one of us. In fact, Psalm 8 will be quoted in Hebrews as it relates specifically to Jesus. There's nothing more awe-inspiring, more glory-producing than thinking about the salvation we have in Jesus Christ. You and I are surrounded every day by beauty, by a design. Let us not be like that woman dismissing the beauty that's there. Let's behold it. Let's behold Him. Let's worship Him and stand in awe.